I hope you're feeling creative because today I'm going to be taking you along with me as I draw in my sketchbook. But not just any sketchbook, a brand new sketchbook. For some reason, the audio turned out total garbage for this video, so I'm going to try and limit as much of that as you have to listen to as possible. So just enjoy my hands waving around because I was talking, and I'll try to summarize it for you. Essentially, I said that this is my 25th sketchbook, and I normally paint on the cover, but I'm not sure if I'm going to this time. Now I know the answer because I'm in the future. But yeah, I'm really excited about it, so I'm going to jump in and start working on it. I'm taking inspiration from this retro Barbie graphic that I found, and I picked it because I really enjoyed the simplicity of it with like the sketchy line art, the flat colors, and the large geometric shape. So to get started, I grabbed a few markers that reminded me of that reference image, and I put them down just to inspire me. And yeah, so the main place we're going to be drawing is this page right here. So this is my welcoming page. Yeah, there's some drawings back there. If you are sort of like me and you get a little bit intimidated by that first page because it's the first thing people see when they open it up, just draw a little, just draw a little. Get out your frustration, anticipation, and all the other Asians, and just don't worry about it, and then come back to it when you're feeling inspired, which is what I'm going to be doing. So this is where our little finished illustration is going to be, but I like to sketch and plan out the idea for this. Here, I really like the idea of the blocked geometric background shape. It's super simple. I don't know if I'll go with the exact same shape, but let's start with something similar. And then I also always put words in our first page, something like welcome to the sketchbook. So we're gonna need some of that. Then we need some room for like the character to fit onto this shape. What I really like about this illustration that I found is the way the character kind of hangs off of the shape. And then there's the one side that's not broken at all, so you have a really straight line. And I just like, I really like it. And I like how simple it is. And let's see, I want to change the fashion up a little. As much as I like it, it's cute. I want to do something a little bit different. But let's try and find a pose that kind of fits into these shapes. No wrong way to go about this. Start sketching and we'll see what happens. Kind of cute. It still leaves the one unbroken side while she kind of like hangs off and is sitting on an invisible chair, kind of like the reference. I think the words don't fit here, so I'm thinking if I change that background shape to be more larger and a tap, it fits the words in there, and then they're kind of within that shape. Maybe give her a big hat. Oh, but then if I want the hat, I definitely want the shape to be broken by it. Briefcase, bag, purse thing. So far this thumbnail has solidified that this is the idea I want to go with. Needs a little tweaks. Then I swatched out the markers even though it's on yellow, so it's not going to look the same as it is on white. But I swatched out the two pinks and the green, and I realized the green was not as light as the reference, so I tried a couple different ones and settled on this Ohoo marker. Much closer. Okay, hey, you win. You got booted. Goodbye. I do want to explore the outfit a little bit more because that's one of my favorite things to draw, so why not? Let me draw a little human over here. Nice basic pose. Standing there. I want it to be pretty fashionable, maybe a little bit more trendy, because I think that's what Barbie's known for, right? Being trendy. There we go. I did like one of those walking Instagram photo poses. Oh, and I don't think I mentioned this, but I'm using a pink col-erase pencil. I really like the way it like dissolves under alcohol markers. Can I speak? Whereas if you use graphite, it bleeds and it can look really muddy. So graphite's fine if you want to do graphite line art, erase the graphite, add marker. But if you want to be a little bit more quicker, or for thumbnails or for illustrations where you want to do the line art last, if you use a col-erase pencil, you can do color then line art. It's just been really fun for me lately, so that's what I'd like to keep doing. So let's keep that hat because that was like a really big element, and I think it can be something fun. Clown hair, maybe. Okay, now for the outfit. One of the things I've got in my head right now is one of those, I don't know what they're called, like flutter sleeves or butterfly sleeves or something. And then they have just like a frilly, ruffly edge. Add a tie and some buttons. Thoroughly excited by my success with the top. I ended up doing something pretty boring with the bottom, just going with some denim cutoffs, folded up with little frilly edges, and then some like chunky sandal heel things on the feet. Where else would you put them? Then I moved on to using my pre-selected colors and distributing them among the thumbnail. Not crazy about the short curly hair. I'm making a note of that. It's looking a little strawberry shortcake on top. I'm going for a brown, and it's Oh yeah, green first, pink on top. For the shoes, try and limit the color palette as much as possible here, especially at the beginning. Then once all of the different elements of the drawing were colored, whether I liked them or not, I moved on to doing liner, and I actually just used my purple Bic round stick grip pen for this because it was on my desk. No other reason. That is a pretty cute top, not gonna lie. Not 100% on the jean bottoms. Sometimes I don't like a thing just because of the way I drew it, and when I draw it again I like it better. So I'm trying to figure out if it's that, or if I just don't like it with that top. Also could be the colors I have. I feel like there's not enough green. We could do a green top and bottom. Is that too... Oh shoot, I forgot I put pen on here. Blend it out a little. Maybe the darker green. Alright, so now it's like more green, but then what color am I going to use for this background thing? Unless I want the background to just be the same color as the top so that it looks like a graphic choice, like a design choice. I feel like a straw bag or something would be cute. One of those wicker Birkin bags? Is that what they're called? Now, after I had finished that, I wasn't 100% on the outfit design, so I ended up resketching an entirely new little thumbnail, this time a little bit smaller. I also changed up the outfit a little bit, this time going for a longer skirt. But I made sure to keep that top and the hat because, I like those. Color-wise. But going in with the color scheme this time, I wanted to change it up and add a little bit more contrast. I thought a good way to go about doing that would be to add a really, really dark brown instead of just mixing the colors that I had to make a brown. So I used that to color in the hat and the shoes, and then I went with a more overwhelmingly pink design for her outfit, unlike the last one where I did mostly green. This one really wasn't gelling with me, so instead of letting it just rest in peace, I decided to butcher it by adding some patterns. I don't know, it was fun. I could say that. Yeah, it's a silhouette I want to work on. I have to keep in mind I'm going to try and scrunch her up a little bit, so it kind of needs to have a bit of a longer line, kind of like this one, where the outfit's longer, so when you scrunch it up you'll still see it. Or something like this, like the green's going to end up so small, you know? So moving on to a third attempt, I discovered that green was going to be the color of the geometric shape behind her. So on this attempt, I made it much more heavy in the pink department, much like the most recent attempt, but this time avoiding green at all costs. So it ended up being very brown and pink, but the overall design didn't end up being something I really liked either. The long skirt wasn't really my style. I don't know. But I did fall in love with the like single color full outfit that I gave her, especially the way it contrasts from the green background. I took what I learned from that to move on. I honestly really like this silhouette. Kind of working for me. Let me try that again. We have like a big... Then the character was kind of curled in this way. Just throw her in there. I really like the swooshiness, like the character's looking that way, but the body's pointing this way. What about this kind of hat? And then what if I move the word sketchbook to this side? So it like hangs off that edge. Then we have this top edge, which isn't broken. Which still kind of fits that vibe I like. Make this arm reach this knee, it's too low. Maybe pull the knee up. Have her hold the hat, that's why it's folding more this side. Still haven't decided on the outfit. I'm gonna follow the reference a little bit with the legs. At least take inspiration with the way they're kind of like intermingling. I'm actually really liking this. I like both of them. She kind of looks like she's at the beach or something. I suppose I could kind of take this top idea and turn it into a bathing suit. If we have a body here. Maybe just minimize it a bit more. Let's make it a one piece. Ooh, this is cute. And summery, which is the vibe I wanted to go for. And then hair. We'll go with like a blowout. Basically, she didn't go to swim. She went to bathe in the sun. Still add the little scallops on that. I think this definitely fits the Barbie aesthetic too. Bathing suit, swimsuit. What do you call them? I don't know. Swimsuit queen. Then it kind of makes sense if it's like all one color. Could go with a more orangey pink maybe, or layer pink with orange. Let me practice it over here. What if it's like a pattern and maybe a couple of this shape without it overlapping? That's gonna be the tricky part if I want to go with this route, because if the colors overlap, they're gonna blend and it's gonna look muddy. So you have to keep them very separated. Could use line art to fill in those gaps too, maybe. Gonna go way outside the edges, can make it look like those like sketchy patterns. They're like too the samey same, you know? Like if I was to make this grayscale, they'd probably look like they're the same color, so I used the wrong tones. So maybe we just do like a pastel pink. Just try the solid color for now. And the lightest pink for the hat. We could maybe do a green ribbon on that. Could even make it like stick out a little. I'll try that. And then that orange color for the hair. Guess it's more of a yellow, but I'll layer it with the pink. A little too Barbie right now. And then we'd have that lightest green as the background color. And then we're gonna have those straight edges that I really like. This is promising. I'll add a little line art on top. I'll try it with black this time, because that might be what I end up using, unless I find like a brown or something. So I proceeded with the line art. I also added some tone just to like deepen some of the further areas of the drawing. But then it still felt a little plain, so I only had one question to ask. Do I want polka dots? Maybe stripes? Ooh, that might be it right there. Everybody likes stripes, right? Like the silhouette, like the shapes that I get to fill in between the character. And then the words up there I'm either gonna do in black, kind of like the inspirational photo, or in like a really dark green. Ooh, yeah. I honestly like it just being sketchy without any line art and like subtly pink. I think that looks really, really cool too. I wonder if I should go that route actually. Because then I could go over it with the pencil again. We need to add more something. Well, I have the entire sketchbook to be sketchy like that, so maybe I should just do the full out. You know what I'm saying? Like the sketchbook's already going to have lots of unfinished sketches, so why leave one purposely unfinished? As much as I like it. I think that makes it look way more like a bathing suit. The stripes, don't know why, but I ain't gonna fight it. Yeah, I think this looks very cute. The black does feel a little out there. So maybe if I can find some line art, like in a pink or like this color or a brown. I have that like purple micron. No, it's actually a perfect Copic multi-liner. Okay, here it is. It's the color Wine. I feel like that might work here without being too harsh. Do the face. That's usually a telltale sign whether you done messed up or not. What size is this? 0.3? It is 0.3. I was like, this feels small. And since this is a Copic multi-liner, we can go over it again if we need to darken any of the colors without worrying about it bleeding like there. A few too many wiggly lines back there, but I think the point comes across that the wine is going to definitely work better than the black. I think it looks a lot prettier. It's just so much softer, you know? Yeah, that's a much better color. I might use black for the eyes just to make them pop a little bit more, but it's not necessary by any means. And then for this, since you still see a lot of the pencil, I think for the finished I'll probably erase it before I add in that background color, just so it's not so much sketchy around that. But yeah, I think we're set. I like this idea. I don't know if I want the shoes or not. Why don't we throw them on there and see. What color do we want for this? Let's try our dark. Let's try the yellow with the pink. Actually, the yellow's kind of cute all by itself. I think we might have something. I think it's really, really cute. I think I've worked out most of the kinks. I'm not sure about this yet. Might just make that dark. Welcome to Sketchbook 25! Yeah, that's a good bathing suit color, I think. Personally. Don't know why I just drew the bathing suit in again. That might... Ooh, I do like that better. Okay, this is lipstick red. No, lipstick natural that I use for like the hair and the shoes. Put a little barely beige back there. push that a little further backward. There's also going to be a little bit more contrast with like the whites because we won't be drawing on a yellow piece of paper. But ooh, I think I like this. Okay, so why don't I move on to the main page? Now I'm getting intimidated. Something so much less intimidating about yellow paper. I don't know what it is. It's just like, come on in. Well, we can definitely start. I'm gonna not sharpen it yet, and we're gonna lay out the basic shapes. Oh, this is handy. I can see both at the same time. Make sure the limbs reach where they need to reach before we start adding in any sort of details. Try and make sure the proportions are right, because that's very difficult to fix once you start adding in details. Don't really like her looking straight at me. It's intimidating. Swoop up the hair a little more. Maybe tone down the scallops on there. But I like the way she's like holding the hat out of the way, almost like it's making room for the words. Okay, now I need to sharpen up the pencil so I can get a little bit more detail and move into the next pass. Voila, specifically the face. I like the closed lips, Instagram model face. I'm not gonna see this side of it because it's gonna be covered by the hat. If you have a little room there, I might extend it a bit more. I like the one knee being higher. I'm gonna draw little squares, kneecaps. Oh wait, this one, I crossed the legs. That's way cuter than just side by side. Wait a minute. Pull this one in a little. Look back at my original. There's the back foot. Comes around here. And then it has that shoe. Make sure they're the right length and everything, proportion-wise. I like the little square in the background shrank. Gotta remember to erase it though before I add the color. Erase extra lines. I think I need to stick the butt out a little bit more just to scrunch her up, lean her forward. It's a little bit less expressive than that one, but that kind of happens sometimes when you try to translate a thumbnail to a sketch. See what I can do though. First step. Actually, wait, let me take my kneaded eraser and just erase some of that. If I go over the colors a lot, then the col-erase will blend out of existence, but just in case, let's start with the hat, which I used R00 and E11. Makes it really pinky. And then I used the Barely Beige to just push that a little bit further into the background. Ever so slightly darker. Bathing suit was Tender Pink for the stripes and Sardonyx for the main body. I'll use the brush tip for this. Oh, wait, gotta do down here too. Okay, then I use Tender Pink for the stripes. Hair. Hair was a mix of like, well, this is what I wasn't sure about, because we have the lipstick, we used that, and then I think we used Tender Pink, but I know we want the yellow. Yeah, see, all the colors are like the same value right now, and that really needs to be fixed. Does seem a little deeper. Definitely has contrast between the really pastel pinks. So I can use probably that same color for the shoes. Now the shoes actually do not look sketched out enough. I'm just gonna go over with the kneaded eraser and then sketch those in again. The back shoe. That looks better. At least more legible for me. And then we'll just color in all those straps. Pink. Look at that lipstick. Oh, I think we could do that Tender Pink for the lips. Maybe a little eyeshadow, but I'll do that after the line art. I do kind of want to add the green background in before I do the skin color. Let me just go around and erase what I can. I don't care about erasing it all, I just want to clean it up if I can a little bit. I still need to be able to see it so that I get the shape right though. Alright, so now I'm using the green bison. And we'll go draw that in. This is going to be probably very difficult Keep it from being streaky, but we'll see what happens. There we go. Green background. It isn't as bold as the inspiration photo, so yeah, it all kind of still blends in. It's all like the same value. Why do I do that? Figure out how to fix that. Why couldn't I have the darker one before? Was it just the hair color? Can I use Celadon green or yellow green from the Ohu marker? Thinking requires too much work. I'm always scared to ruin it. And then we'll add in some line art. I wonder if I should have gone with like a more tan skin tone since it looks like she's sunbathing. I do have this purple Hohu that I was going to use as some kind of shading. Maybe I will go a little crazy and add it back here. Oh, that looks streaky. I'm not sure why I'm getting this weird texture happening. I mean, this isn't marker paper, but like I've never had this problem before. Don't know. I also want to add a depth to this back leg and maybe that back arm. I wonder if that lipstick color would work. I'll try this first. It's a little lighter. Then we can add a little blush with the sardonyx. There we go. Okay, I think we're definitely lacking some line art here, so let's do that next, and then we can just fill in the little gaps with color after that. So, going with the wine-colored line art, and we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed I don't mess up the face. I'm always so quiet when I do this. It's stressful, man. I don't know why that hat was stressing me out. Ooh, I kind of like the legs. I think they turned out nice. Ooh, what was this hand? Ooh. Oh well. Don't look there. I always find it easiest to draw like the toenail of the big toe, and then like the rest of the toes kind of just fall into place. So we're missing a little bit of color. Just fill that in. Do want to maybe use sardonyx. A little blush, a little sunburn. It's having that weird effect with the paper. Got a little pink. Damn, do I want to add pink? Yeah, I think so. Boom, boom, boom. It happened. Do I want this green square to be darker? The only place I'm concerned about is like right here because that's where we're darkest. So let me try. Let me just go in. Let me do it. Oh yeah, that probably works a lot better, doesn't it? Just makes the character pop out a lot more. I left a little gap. Yeah, the paper's doing weird things. What's going on? Like right there? I don't know what's happening. Even it out a little. Just try and blend out some of these weird gaps. Hey. She does seem like she needs some green. This purple stands out a lot too because there's no purple in the rest of it. Is there somewhere I can stick some purple? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the colors. What is happening? I might have to blame the paper. Come on, Sketchbook, you're letting me down. So this for the word sketchbook. Where did I want that? Like here? Where do I put the word 25 now? Oops. Put it down here. With an exclamation point. Kind of wish it was bigger and like right there, but can't do anything about that. Which is weird because I swear I've drawn in this sketchbook already with some Copic markers and I didn't have this problem. The patchiness. Feels like there's a lot of space. Oh, we gotta put the date started. When did we start this? Should I write that in green? I do have a green pen. I can finish, I can put the ending date right there. Fills the space a little. I could have put it on the inside, I suppose. Interesting shape here. Fill in these O's too, why not? Try a white gel pen. She's pretty pastel, so don't know where this will show up, but sometimes it makes a difference. Is this the doing too much to make it confusing stuff? I don't even know if you can see that, so it doesn't matter. Still feels like it's missing something. Oh, I still really like that sketch. I'm just a sketchy person. I prefer sketches. It's always gonna be that way. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, anything else to do? So if I want to add something to the front. It would be kind of cool to add like this same sort of shape on the front with the word Sketchbook. But I'm also kind of enjoying the just flat black. Another fun thing would be to put on the back the sketchbook. Oh, and I have to put it along the side. I always do that. Well, let me grab my green paint then, and we'll add a little binding. Do I have green paint? Okay, this might be a better idea. I have some Posca pens. Not quite the right green. I found this. I feel like if it's a fine enough point, it'll work better than those. And then we also have the pink. Oh, it's not quite opaque enough, but it's right and good. Actually showing up. Maybe another layer once it's dry? Is that visible? Is it? Try the pink. Oh, there it goes. We'll see, now that shows up. Beautiful. I got it everywhere. Let's try this guy. I feel like he's less green though. But another fun idea would be to use white and then go over it maybe with a Copic marker. Oh, see, this is too thick. But you can see it. And yes, this does rub off slowly over time, but I'm usually not too abusive with my sketchbooks, so it lasts enough. You can also go over it with something if you like some kind of, not resin, but like a top coat. How does that look? Except for where I smudged it. Boom, boom. That's why I can tell when it's sitting in a shelf, which is which. I'm gonna let it dry while I think about the cover. I don't know, I don't really feel like I'm going against my better judgment if I put something on front. Just because I feel like people are expecting it, and that's the only reason I want to do it. So deep down, I don't want to do it at all. I don't know. Maybe I will. If I do, I'll let you know. Because I doubt I'll be able to hide the evidence. Yeah, that looks fine, right? Here's the sketches. Here's where we started. This is always my favorite. I like the creation process better than the finished results. Always. So yeah, enjoyed this. I always like showing off this. And then I'm like, yeah. And then that's the finished one, right? And then I close it. 25. It'd be cool if I could fill in that with the green. And yeah, here we go. Here's the sketchbook 25. I'm excited to keep sketching in this. I was gonna say start, but I already have. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me as I created this illustration, and here is the process of which. Let me know how many sketchbooks you've filled, or if you're working on your very first one. Sketchbooks are always super exciting, but they can be kind of daunting. So let me know your strategies for drawing on the first page. What do you like to do? Do you like to include a title, the dates that it was started and finished with, any kind of character? Let me know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys all next week, and I hope you have a delicious evening full of waffles. Bye!